This is how to boil crawfish. You're gonna need salt and your crawfish. You fill up a pot or whatever you're gonna use, to clean your crawfish in, and then you add about a quarter amount of salt in the water. You put the crawfish in the water, cold water, not hot. You don't want to cook them just yet. And then you're gonna purge the crawfish. I'm gonna purge my crawfish for 1 hour. Purging means just to get all of the impurities out of the system. You don't want the crawfish to crawl out, so I'm gonna cover mine. Next is getting the water ready. Next step, you wanna fill a nice sized pot, pretty big pot, and then put in bay leaf, salt, pepper, red pepper. I chopped some onions, habaneros, garlic. Then you add your potatoes and corn. I got like 6 potatoes in there. And 2 lemons. See the lemons in there? And I added a cup of oil. I added the oil that way when you put the crawfish and the shrimp in, it'll come out easy. But then you want to add your onions. Don't forget to add the bay leaf, the salt. And get that water good and hot. Now you don't want to add the crawfish or the corn. You want to add the corn when it's like a good rolling boil, because you don't want to overcook your corn. And then I have crawfish been purging for like about an hour. You just see them in there. Now I'm adding my corn. You see how it's starting to look kind of frothy? I already got the potatoes in there. Now, as a rule of thumb, when the potatoes are done, the water's ready. See how it look like it want to start boiling, but you want that water angry. Now, about this time, you want to put your beer in the freezer. I got me an ice cold Miller High Life. I'm gonna put the beer in the freezer. Start getting the beer real cold. Because the beer is gonna be an important part of this whole process. I'm gonna do shrimp and crawfish. So shrimp is in the bag. The water's angry, boiling. Corn, potatoes, shrimp time. Now I added the shrimp. When they start to float, they're ready. I don't like to overcook my shrimp, because I put them in a steamer, seal them up, and then they also cook. But we'll get to that part later. And you see the shrimp are in there, and they start floating. I'll show you. You can notice, you see the shrimp are starting to float. As a rule of thumb, if it floats, it's ready. I put them in this airtight, sealed, and then let them finish cooking, because you don't want to overcook the shrimp. The worst thing in the world is overcooked shrimp. I'll take them out with a strainer and see how they are floating.
Pope Francis today called on his church to adopt a more sympathetic creed to the modern day.
Okay, when you get them in, you add a little seasoning to them, and then you cap them up and let them steam the rest. Now I'm going to add crawfish to the water. Get the water back boiling again. Then you want to add your crawfish.
And it shares character names from Homer's classic, The Odyssey. But when I spoke with
now I'm going to add the crawfish. I poured them.
He died 10 years ago of Parkinson's, and he didn't say anything about food. He was of the generation where you were encouraged not to speak a word. And of course, also back then there was folks were hating on you if you served if you were in the service, and folks were hating on you if you were African descent. So there was a lot of difficulty.
There's always one that don't want to go in.
the Civil War and the emancipation
Same rule of thumb, crawfish and shrimp. They start to float, they're ready. Captain, I'd say 10 minutes, 15 minutes tops. Now it's getting close to the eating part. So I make a dipping sauce. I use ketchup, Worcestershire sauce, a little seasoning. That's for my crawfish. And then do straight up melted butter for my potatoes and corn and my shrimp. Every now, I like to mix and mingle it up. It's pretty much just how you want to do it. Everybody have their own sauces that they make. But we're looking at the crawfish. We don't see any floaters yet. When they come to the top, you'll know. Now, to me, this is the best part. I got my stein here. And I got my beer ice cold. Nothing fancy. Good old Miller High Life. $2.50 for a 40 ounce. Okay, so now I'm gonna make the sauce. A little Worcestershire sauce in here. Not enough to cover the bottom. Ketchup. I usually use Tabasco, but we out of Tabasco, so I'm gonna use this sriracha sauce. Pretty sure it's gonna be the same thing. You want a little bite to it. A little seasoning. Stir it up, bam, it's ready. This is something me and my mom came up with. This is not nothing. Just you can't buy this at the store. Not yet, anyway. You might be able to buy it at the store after I post this video, but who knows? Yep, that's it. When you look at the crawfish, they're getting ready. They're fiery red. This is all juicy and succulent. We got a pot here. It's gonna be the same principle with the shrimp. You put them in something kind of airtight to keep that steam locked in, and when it's time to eat them, wow. Let me put them in the pot, and then we'll show you the next step. Okay, so what we're gonna do shake and bake crawfish. When you take the crawfish out the pot, you put them in this plastic bag, and then you add the seasoning to them to keep them steamed, because I don't have an extra steamer. Trust me, this plastic bag method is the secret to cooking crawfish. A lot of people don't know that. I might lose my life for telling y'all the secret of shake and bake crawfish. Just strain them out the water, put them in the pot, in a bag. When they all in the bag, that's when you add the seasoning. Secret. After you get all the crawfish in the bag, you add the seasoning to the bag. However much you want. I just like a little bit, not a lot. Then you close the bag and give it a good shake. You shake it up about 2 minutes, then you ready to eat. Bon appetit. Les bon ton roulé. I'm about to pull my beer up. Y'all have a great day. Next, I'm going to show y'all how to eat one of these bad boys.